In the astrology of October 26th, one of the first things I want to look at is Mercury in a waxing septile with Venus. Part of the power of the original septile, because there's of course the septile, the biseptile, and the triseptile, is the very first septile. The very first septile is a knock on the door from fate. And oftentimes this will manifest as a fated moment, which very clearly feels in some way ominous. The biseptile usually manifests as another person in your life who approaches you with a very particular proposition. This one is a knock from fate as well, but it feels much clearer. And the triseptile tends to manifest as a person or group of people, an entire family, a university, a workplace, a group of people that in some way, shape, or form invite you to come and join them. So with this first septile from Mercury to Venus in Virgo, we're going to be expecting very simple messages that are coming directly from fate, whether this is animal totems that are appearing before you, whether this is someone bringing up an idea that sparks something inside of you. This septile awakens change, specifically a change towards a path that matches your alignment. Now, with Mercury in an undecacordate sextile with Uranus, we have a very powerful energy here that is kind of obsessive. The undecacordate sextile manifests as a deep insistence upon something. So with Mercury and Uranus, we have Mercury the short term and Uranus the long term. Short term for Mercury being within our lifetime, Uranus sort of branching out to the frequencies of past and future lives. So we're going to be very obsessed with particular ideas and particular concepts that we're feeling very focused on today. And you might not know why, but sometimes it's an idea that you're picking up on from where you left off in a previous life. Next, we have Mars in an undecacordate sextile with the North Node in Aries. And so part of the power of Mars, the ruler of Aries, being in an undecacordate sextile with the North Node in Aries, is that we basically have our hand forced in some way. We're pretty much at a breaking point time-wise, where we have to make a decision right now, and we have to insist upon what it is that we felt we needed to do, or to recuse ourselves completely. But we have to make a very real, very, very physical, very manifested choice, something in reality. And it's not always going to be easy, and sometimes it's going to put you in a position that has you butting up against other people or other ideas. But now's the time to make that choice. Within a few hours of this, we then have Mars in an undecacordate sextile with Eris in Aries. And so there's a great deal of power, behind the discord and behind the difficulties this can cause. But at the same time, this is a very important moment for us collectively to make the choice that we believe in, knowing that it can disrupt the casual way things have been going. It can disrupt the pacing that other people maybe in our lives have set for us or have tried to set for us. So there's a great deal of responsibility to choose your sovereignty and the actions you believe in taking over what's going to make necessarily you or other people comfortable. For Aries, for example, you guys today are going to be in the energetic state of needing to choose to suppress what it is that's inside or to express it. The expression very much in this power of Eris is it's going to be loud, it's going to rub people the wrong way, but at the same time, you know that the truth is right, and you know that you're in an important moment to express the truth. This is not something where there's another chance tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Things are different. There are some things which have to happen in their divine timing. For Taurus, there is a great deal of value in your points of view today, not only to the immediate people around you, but to anyone you come in contact with. Whether or not someone even knows to ask you a question, you are going to have the answers they need. For Gemini, you might feel incredibly misunderstood today as your ruler is in Scorpio, forming some of these really incredible aspects, but just understand that Even if you're not understood, it doesn't mean that you're headed in the wrong direction. For Cancer, you have a great deal of luck today, specifically with changing your course, changing directions, looking at things in the long term, noticing what decisions are going to affect you right here and now, and what decisions that are going to affect the people around you and for a great deal of time. But pay close attention to what opportunities are landing on your doorstep. For Leo, a lot of complex problems you've been facing are going to be solved by going back to the basics, back to when things were simple. Whether that's a period of time in your life or whether it's a form of thought you used to use, now's the time to go back to the basics, just the rudimentary, elementary parts of your life, the way you used to think, and start looking at all of these complexities from that point of view, and you'll discover the answers you need. Virgo, you are going to have a very lucky and prophetic energy about you. You're going to be able to feel the earthquakes in the collective before everyone else does. So it might feel a bit odd. You might not know what to do with this information. Much like Aries, you'll be called to suppress or express. And today, when you express things, they are going to happen. They are going to come true. For Libra, you're going to be called to pay close attention to what's happening right in front of you and not to look back, not to get lost with what happened before. It's so important for us to be able to look to our past to extract the necessary lessons we need, but there is a point where so much is going on in front of you that you've got to keep your eyes on the road. Scorpio, don't allow other people to influence you today. You are going to be so close to solving certain mysteries, so close to arriving at your destination, and right as you are about to, other people are going to have ideas of their own and they're going to attempt to persuade you. Stay very crystal clear on what it is you know and what it is you've got to do. For Sagittarius, much like your mutable friend Virgo, you are going to be experiencing a great deal of prophecy, but a lot of the focus is going to be on past lives, things that have happened in previous lifetimes, and discerning what lessons there are in that. Today is the ultimate day for you to take a little bit of time and really meditate. Whether it's literal meditation or whether it's walking meditation, take some time to take things one step at a time, one breath at a time, and find the answers you seek. For Capricorn, today you are reminded that family and friends are everything. This is a time to, much like Leo, kind of go back to the basics, except for you, this is very much on a social level. This is about returning to the people who are there for you, who are truly there for you. Be there for them and let them be there for you, even if it feels as though you should keep a wall up, you should keep some distance because you're going through some stuff right now. You don't want that to bleed over into their lives. Don't protect people from that. Let them love you. Let them love you while you're vulnerable and while you're going through difficult times. And just remember the importance of family. Aquarius, your words have a great deal of power today, and while it can be difficult to know exactly what to say, you've got to say something. Today's a very important day to express what it is you're picking up, especially intuitively, what it is that you're observing, what it is that you're focusing on. You might not be sure why it is you're so called to say these things, but now's the time to speak. Pisces, your power of verbal manifestation today, that what you speak becomes reality. That is going to be amped up to the max today. So a lot of what you're saying, whether it is meditating on what it is you do want, like this is what I'm going for, this is what I believe in, this is what I hope for, this is what I wish for, the universe is paying close attention to you today. So when you make those wishes, the universe will pay attention. If you're focusing on the negative, if you're focusing on your more vengeful side, if you're focusing on the darkness, that will come true as well. So focus on what it is that you actually want to manifest into being in your life and what it is that you want to be not only your today, but your tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I am loving this new daily astrology series. I hope you guys are loving it as much as I am, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.